hmm
Here we go. So, welcome, Council. How's everybody doing? I know it's only been about a minute since we saw each other, but I'm glad to see everybody here this evening. It won't be a long drawn out Zoom meeting. There's just a couple of things to kind of go over, but I didn't want to just not have this and wait till next month. So I wanted to go ahead and do this today. So I appreciate you being here very much. I do know that uh, Steve will not be with us this evening, as some of you may have heard. If you didn't before I talked about it, today is is his dad's 91st birthday, and it's also Gracie's birthday. So they're doing a family
Ah,
celebration today. So he was concerned about not being here, and I told him, I said, don't worry about it, man, and enjoy that. So have a good time with it. A few things that we're going to talk about tonight is that I'm going to give Mike the floor for a little bit this evening as we start out. He's got a few things that he wants to cover. And then I'm going to ask uh, the divine Miss M if she would be so kind to give us an update on the board. And then a couple of things that I want to go over with you, and then we'll open it up to anything that you all might want to talk about. And then once we're done, we'll be through with this. So without any further ado, Mike, I'm gonna call on you. You had two things that you wanted to talk about, so go right ahead, sir.
Well, I wanted to go ahead and make sure that everybody received the invite, and I've gotten quite a few acceptances, so I think most everybody has for our meeting with our training with Mark on extensions on the 27th of this month. I think most everybody, I think I've gotten probably acceptances by probably two-thirds of the council so far. Um, I'll follow it up, but I just wanted to make sure if you didn't, just let me know and I'll send you another one. The second thing, and Chris, maybe I don't know if you can answer this or not, but if I remember correctly, during the Council of Governors meeting on Friday, they talked about the International Convention, and I think they mentioned something about Texas staying at a particular location.
No,
Um,
there will be no there are no designated hotels for any contingent. So in other words,
okay.
there's not a hotel for the Texas contingent or for the California. It is they're going to all they have not done that in quite a few years, and they are certainly not going to do it this time in Orlando. So
Well, I wondered if our council, for those of us that were going to go, if we might want to stay at the same hotel.
I can kind of give you I think the Rosen, which is there is a Rosen hotel that we
Hmm.
stayed that all of us stayed in during the summit this last year in June or July, whatever it was, we went there, August, whatever. Uh, that was a very nice property. The rooms were excellent, and I think that pricing on that hotel is 139 a night
Yeah,
for.
it was. I looked online at several of them, and it looks like that's close to the bottom. I mean, there may have been one that was like 120. I think there was maybe a Holiday Inn or something
Mhm.
like that that was 120, and it went all the way up to $200. Um, we've got, for some reason, I thought someone told me that the deadline for the early bird was Saturday, the 15th, but that's wrong.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
the state convention.
is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
I knew there was something. Anyway, there's still 2 weeks left to get the early bird on but I want to go ahead and get that done. So, um, what do you all think? Do you want to stay at the same place or does it matter? Gary, you're on mute.
I mean, I think it's a great idea as close as we all are. I think it's a good idea to have us all in the same suite or on the same hotel.
Okay.
I would make a recommendation.
Go
It's
ahead.
only a recommendation, and then you guys decide how you want to do it. But maybe have somebody be the point person to contact and as a point of contact for who all from the council will be going. And then you're going to need to see if you're going to all go and spend the entire time, the entire length of time at the convention. You're going to be a shortened period of time, and then that person will also kind of contact the hotel wherever you guys decide and say we have this many coming, so maybe do the reservations that way. Just find a hotel that you all agree on, and then have that point person kind of help and work through that. Throw it out there. Also, there is an Embassy Suites that is not on the list that was presented by Lions Clubs International. That is also literally right there in the same vicinity as everyone else. So if you so desire, yeah, just so you have another choice, Mike, for you and the group to look at. So
Okay.
I'm just throwing that out there for somebody to take on that. Whoever wants to do that, Mike, if you do, or whoever.
Any volunteers?
Well,
I
don't
guess I
everybody jump in at
volunteered
once.
since the rule. You bring it
Yeah,
up, you own it.
you own
So,
it.
all right.
I can tell you right now, Mike, that
Catching on.
we're staying in a house, so I will not be in a hotel. So we'll be in a house. So look at that, reserved for second vice district governors. There you go. There you go.
Very good. All right, I'll get a note out to everybody maybe early next week about it. So
Yeah, you got
see who's planning on going, and if they have, what I'll do is I'll send out the schedule. Chris, you mentioned 2 days. You're planning to be there 2 days. Do you know which 2 days you'll be there?
I'll look at the schedule again and let you know. I can tell you, but my little contribution to the LCI con is I want to march in the parade. I always enjoy that. I think it's a lot of fun, and also to vote. So I
Well,
like.
that's I'm pulling up the schedule now. So the parade is on the Parade of Nations is on Monday, July 14th from
Uh,
9 until 1. But the voting elections is not, well, it is Tuesdays. Sorry,
yeah,
Tuesday. So
yeah.
Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is the um, Past International President's Banquet, and I guess Thursday is the installation of everybody. So I'll send out the schedule to everybody, and y'all can take a look at it. And if you have any thoughts, let me know.
Yeah, that sounds good. And if for all of you who will be going, please make sure that you download the form for delegate form and get your club secretary to uh, validate your voting or your delegate qualifications, which means you're a line in good standing, and send that into and send that to where it says to send it at the bottom of that form. That way, you're able to vote. If you're going to go, you really need to make sure that you're at least on that delegate form, and that you can vote. So it really is kind of important that you do so. So,
Very good. That's all I had, Chris.
all righty. Alexa,
Yep. What?
I was waiting for mine to start talking to me back here. Would you please give a little update on the board?
Well, I'm not at home right now, so I don't have a picture. I sent out, actually, Chris, I don't think I sent it to you. I sent it to everybody but you. So somebody will forward my email to Chris, Lion Chris. I'd appreciate it. I think we only have about less than 20 slots left open. And there is no doubt in my mind it'll be sold out before June.
I have a question. Have you bought any more? Have you bought any
Brian,
more?
I love you too much to do that to you.
Okay.
So
Brian and
Alexa,
I could finish the board right now.
So Alexa, you may not, since you're traveling, you may not have seen, but I took your spreadsheet and I actually created a board
I
to
appreciate
attach
that.
with
Would
that.
you forward that to Lion Chris, please?
I will. I'll forward it to everybody. That way there's an extra tab in there and it actually shows the board in 10 by 10 and shows just like the board that the physical board shows who everybody is. So I'll publish it actually up on our OneDrive site. Okay.
Okay.
And then that way everybody can see it. All right. I'm only going to put a PDF up there. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Alexa's going to be the controller of it. Okay.
Good.
And
Excellent.
Alexa, if you need help creating the PDFs, you can let me know. But anyway,
No, I can do that.
okay, I will put that up and then you can update it. You can copy over that one. And so the latest and greatest will be up on our OneDrive site and I will send everybody a link to it.
And
I will
on
do
a
that
side
sometime
note, I just
tomorrow.
want to say what a pleasure it's been. The kindness of people. And our board is just so special to have Marshall Cooper on there. I didn't even ask him. He asked me what was in my hand. And for him to ask me what that was all about and to fork over a 20 before I could even ask for it was, I think, very special. I think we had every council chair on there and past district governors. The support has just been lovely and fun and easy and heartwarming. It's just been a wonderful experience.
Well, I can tell you that you guys need to commission Emma to go out and do some more because she can flat sell it. She can flat sell a square. And yes, Brian, I did notice that Juanita did buy a square, but that little challenge was for you to sell it to Juanita.
I delegate very well. I know how to lead.
He's no dummy.
He's a great leader. He knows who to delegate to.
That's right.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And I look forward to seeing the spreadsheet that you made up on that, Mike, and to see where we are with the board. I think that you guys are just doing excellent with that. And you
And
were
I
the
did
first person
say-
Can I give
to-
kudos to somebody on that real quick, please?
Sure.
And actually, I guess I'll let Alexa maybe give the explanation. You want to tell her, you want to tell them how Kevin handled somebody in specifically for
Oh,
those who didn't know?
that was just a great
Hello,
story.
Fred.
I
Yeah, I tried you earlier, but you must have been out busy working.
who's that?
Oh, I don't know why. But
Chris, we can hear you.
Anyway, I want to touch base with you after work
Hey,
tomorrow. I got to
Chris?
run down to the.
Chris Ryan, we can hear you. You need to mute your microphone, but maybe I can mute him here. There we go. There he is. He's muted. All right. So go back.
I thought I told this story how we were in the recreation hall at the Board of Governors meeting, and Kevin Smith says to me, "You know who that is?" I said, "Yes, I know who that is." And he said, "Well, we'll go ask him." I said, "I'm not going to ask Stephen Mabry for $20. And I said, "But I'll voluntold you." And Kevin just laughed. He didn't take 2 seconds. Stephen Mabry's taking several fast steps towards the door, and Kevin steps in front of him and reaches out to take Stephen Mabry's notebook out of his hands and says, "Let me hold that for you for a minute," and proceeds to get a $20 bill before Stephen knew what happened to him. I could not believe it. It was too slick. It was amazing.
Good.
Kevin is the man.
He's the
Kevin is
man.
the man.
From
I wouldn't
time
have
to
done
time.
that.
When I show up.
I was going to say, just don't set your alarm by him, okay?
And 2 minutes after that, the head of the board, Susan Wells, comes up and she buys one. With, I mean, the support has just been amazing.
Well, that's good. And you guys are the very first group to do this, and I think it's a worthwhile thing, and keep doing the good work.
Well, it's not just about money; it's about connection. So I said,
Yes,
remind me to tell you the Donna story. So the Donna story is, Donna, you tell
it. You were actually there for more of it because you're talking about Don Francis.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, evidently he had come in looking for me and was talking to Alexa. And I wasn't in there yet in the hospitality room, and you told him about the board, and he pulled out $100 bill and bought 5 of them. Wow. Right then.
Wow.
Well, I did. I guess he was the one. I said, "Oh, well, they're $20 or 5 for 100." You pull out 100.
Okay. Well, and she was also able to help him make that connection with somebody on from Alexa's club.
That's good.
So he was part of a past district governor group where one of our last past district governors was from, Mike Milligan. If you knew him, Chris Gunstream. Did you know him?
Mike. No, I don't know Mike.
Well, Don said, we've lost touch. And I said, well, Mike would love to hear from you. So we stepped outside and we called Mike and we talked to him. And he came to me two or three times after that and told me how much that meant to him to reconnect with Mike again. And that was over this board. So this board has a lot of stories. I mean, Donna connected us, and then he connected to his past council member, and the friendships just run really deep. And
that's good.
Those are the stories that I love.
Oh yeah,
that's good. Now the Miss the Divine Miss M, thank you very much for that. M, if you're wondering why we're calling her the Divine Miss M, if I say her name, this little instrument that I have in my office, it just goes crazy. So that's why we're doing that. Yesterday, I do believe it was yesterday. May have been Tuesday, but I sent all of you a copy, as promised, a copy of the loss analysis report that past District Governor Larkin Smith does. Did all of you receive that from me? Anybody not get it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Have you had time to try to at least digest that massive document, at least for your own district?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did anything glaring?
Yes.
Did anything glaring on there reach out or jump out at you?
Yes,
about
for me.
losses?
Yes.
Stubborn people who continue to drop guys who don't want to show up but continue to pay.
Yes, it is. There could be an argument made that why does it matter what does it matter if we lose a person, and how we go about reporting that loss in the system, whether we lose them because of a resignation, other or non-attendance. That is a good argument. The thing of it is we need to understand and know about why are we truly losing people, and the real reason. One of the things that we have been working on, when I say we, during my time as a GAT area leader, and even before then, when I was deeply involved with the GMA process, not only at the MD2 level, but at the international level. My concern, it was always a concern to me that our Constitution and bylaws had removed the requirement that you could drop somebody if they had missed 3 meetings in a row. That used to be a requirement. It if you had missed
Great.
3 meetings, you could be dropped. Well, we did away with that, and that it now just says that attendance at meetings is recommended. So there's no requirement that you have to make every meeting. If we are truly dropping dues paying members, that is no different than taking, I don't know, a 410 shotgun and just aiming it at your big toe. I mean, you might as well just shoot yourself in the foot. It's just crazy because the dues that somebody is paying does help your club perform the services and that your club may give to your community. It certainly helps to support the club's 100% charities donation. So, we need to know that. Also, how many of you take the time when you take a look at that to try to figure out or reach out to a club and find out what they meant by other? Has anybody ventured off down that road yet?
The explanation I got was that other is anything not already identified. And we have another, and the other was a transfer. But we have a transfer category. So
right. We have a transfer category, and we have a move and we have a transfer. A transfer is not while it's a loss to you, as it's a loss to your district, it is actually a gain to another district. So it's a wash. You have but in the overall scheme of things, we did not lose that lion from Lions. Now, if we have a move, that move is a loss to you and a loss to Lions. And so if you can get your folks working with your clubs, especially your club's membership chair, if they have one, or whoever is working membership in the club. If not, it could be the club secretary if the club is small enough. Get that person to, if they know somebody is going to move, get on the phone, find out where they're going to be moving to, and see if there is another club in that area, and then try to hook people up that way. Try to say, okay, when they move, this is a club that you can visit, that you might be able to join. Because a number of our Lions who move don't necessarily want to give up Lions. They just don't know that there's another club in the area where they're moving. You'd think that sometimes people would take that initiative, but you're moving. There's a lot of other things that are on their mind than looking up another Lions club somewhere. So we try to help them out a little bit. So take a look and look at that over this year, because all that information is there for the entire year for your district. And you can it will really tell you some very interesting things. And maybe it might tell you some stuff that you might want to try to work on as you go through this next year and a half to when you become a governor, that you want to try to implement, or you may want to try to help implement now before you get there, to do what we have all been talking about, which is a term that I particularly don't like, but it's a natural term, and that is to close the back door. My whole thing is I don't think we're ever going to close it. I think if we can just stem that flow a little bit, that's going to be a great help. So I'm glad to hear that y'all have done that. I did have some conversation with past District Governor Mark Roth just this past week after we got back from Kerrville. And one of the things that he wanted me to ask you, and so I'm going to do that and then get back to him, and that is after we've gone through the training portion. I hate using that term training because it's not. It can leave a bad taste in people's mouth. But after we get through the educational opportunity on new club growth or new club extension with him, he has talked about next step for y'all, and that would be to talk about retention, about about member satisfaction. Mark has a fairly good presentation that he gives that kind of goes maybe in a little bit different direction than what you've heard from a lot of other people when we talk about that. So the question he's asked is, would you as a group be interested in that? And if you're not, that's okay too. I'm not trying to just continually bombard you with with somebody to get on here and give you an educational opportunity. But I'd like to hear from you. Would that be something that you're interested in, or it's something that at this point in time you're not?
I'm interested.
I
I'm
am.
interested.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
for it because he's more personable.
Mhm.
Thanks. I'll remember that, Ryan.
No, yeah, I want to talk about you, Chris. You're good.
I think he was talking about the dynamic duo.
I
Oh,
was,
yeah.
whether he talks about me or not, I'm still going to give him some trouble. So it doesn't matter.
Doesn't change anything.
I will certainly let Mark know that. I think I think it's beneficial. You will trust me. My dog Cooper, leave me alone, dog. You will get some good stuff from him. It's an excellent training or educational opportunity. So yes to that. Now, before let's see, we've gone a whole half hour. We're going to be out of here a little bit early, which is good. I know that none of you mind. Is there anything that you folks need right now? Is there anything? I know we talked a lot and we did a lot of good stuff in Kerrville, but the one thing that I did not ask you, because we seem to always run out of time no matter what we're doing. The one thing I did not ask you was, what do you need from me? Is there something? What can I do to help you right now?
I do have a question. I'm glad you brought that up. I've actually got two, but I'll start with this one. Um, when you have clubs that are in status quo or something of that particular nature, and I was trying to find this in the Constitution when it comes to the state convention, as far as having delegates who can or can't vote. It's my understanding that that club has to be in good standings 90 days before the state convention, and if they've paid their club dues or not by that time, which basically means if they haven't paid them by the end of January, they're not eligible to be a delegate at the state convention.
We kind of talked about that a little bit about that, Gary, the other day when you called me. That 90 days is what we do here in S1. It depends upon what your district has with their constitution and bylaws. However, in order to be a delegate at the state convention, you are exactly correct. That club must be in good standing as a Lions Club, and we all know what that means. Good standing means that they paid their dues. Um, unfortunately, the only thing that we talk about a club being in good standing is with LCI. Now, you may have a club that you may say has not paid their district or their state dues, and you can say that they're not in good standing with the district. So, which means that they're not in good standing with the district, they're not in good standing with the state. So, it's but you need to take a look at your own district's constitution and bylaw, or at least if you are being governed by Lions Clubs International, CMBL, you should at least have a policy and procedures manual that will outline dues or taxes that are need to be paid by clubs and when they're due. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I made it clear as mud.
Yeah. No, I get that. So, and that's what I thought. And it's my understanding that you have clubs like this have what you call like your state constitution. You'll have your local constitution. And with me being on a school board, I have something simpler where I have my local policy versus state policy, but the state policies trump whatever our local policies are. So I
Right.
had just naturally assumed that state policy would trump whatever local policy was, but I wasn't able to find that in the delegation like we talked about before. I was not able to find that in the state constitution. So that's why I wanted verification.
I will do a little bit of digging also and take a look. It could be over in the policy and procedure manual. I don't think it would be there, but let me take a look and see. The state may be relying upon what Lions Clubs International has to say. So I'll go back to them as well. So if you'll give me a day or two, I'll have an answer for you on that.
No, no, no hurry, no hurry. The only other thing I wanted to bring up was when we're talking about membership and like you'd mentioned from before, shooting yourself in the foot by dropping, members who are paying but they're not not showing up, just attendance. I literally had this exact same issue in my home club where we dropped paying members, but they had actually said, well, I really can't attend anymore and everything like that, so we're just going to step away. And the club never mentioned the option of potentially bringing them in as a member at large, where they could retain to stay as a member. They just lost their voting privilege and they could show up whenever. And so, and I did that. I think we had 10 people, 8 to 10 people over this given time frame. I talked to 4 of them, and 2 of them said, "Well, yeah, I would have done that." And so, that being said, that ratio is roughly about 20%. So what I did, and so I did a little bit of research on this, with what you sent the other earlier on that Excel spreadsheet, and basically what I came up with is that had we done that per club through the entire MD2, okay, we would have saved 250 members. My district alone, had we done it in my district alone, had been faithful across the board of my district alone, we would have exceeded the goal that was set by that, because nobody in 2X1 and nobody in MD2 met the growth goal that they were given at the beginning of the year. So with every club, and I didn't, like you said, on other, I mean, it was weird. Some would have 6 on drop, and then 6 transfer, and then 14 other. So I'm just like, yeah, there was things that just kind of dropped off the page where there was really no real explanation that made sense. But I just encourage all of you to really look into and push that member at large, because that is an easy way to close the back door on people that may not be attending because they don't have time. Just give them the ability to go when they want to, pay a reduced rate, and stay a member. That's just
Well,
my thought.
they don't get a reduced rate as member at
I was gonna
large.
say.
They're going to pay their normal dues no matter what. The only thing about a member at large is that it was a category. The category member at large came about many years ago when we did have that requirement that if you missed 3 in a row, you were going to be dropped. So let's just say that you are working for XYZ Corporation. They don't transfer you. They send you and let's see, we have a couple of military folks on here who will understand this term. They'll send you TDY somewhere. Okay, in other words, they're going to send you on a temporary assignment to another town or another state or another country, and you're going to be gone for 3, 4, 5 months. Well, you pay your dues, but they put you as member at large so that you're now removed from that attendance category for that meeting. So it was kind of put there. Once you put a person member at large, they cannot hold an office. They can't run for office. They can't hold an office. They don't get to vote except for the local election, which would be the local club. They don't get to vote at the district level. So it's an old hanger on, but it can work, Gary. You're exactly right. It will work. But reduced dues, we don't have a category that is going to reduce our dues except in the family in the family member category.
At the
Or as a
local region
student.
with our local club, we can, because part of our dues includes the meals that we charge for, and then we just waive that fee
That is
because they're not going to be there.
We do the
So, right.
same thing.
So
that will totally work as long as it's kept local and that you're not ever and it's not being. I'm just making sure that everybody understands that for across board that it's not a reduced rate. You've done that locally because what you pay in dues covers everything anyway on top of what you're paying for meals. So uh, I understand where you're going with that. So and that works. That works. Again, I hope I made that as clear as mud too. So
No, it's all good. Thank you very much for that.
You bet. Yes. Anybody else have is there anything else anybody might have or is any help that you need or what can I do? What can I do to help you?
I need a little help knowing what to tell my DG about club visits. I mean, I'm ready, willing, and able, but I'm not figuring out where I need to go visit. So I honestly just do it on my own. I crashed Stan's club last week because my computer was down. So, but I didn't call it an official visit. They recognized me as such, but I didn't. But I need to get out and make some. And so I'm thinking I may just call them myself and, because I keep requesting the list of clubs, but I know Renee is swamped, so I just hadn't gotten it. Anybody know what to say to that?
I'm going to
Yeah.
give you my
Okay.
I'm going to give you my take on it, Kim, and then you can have others give you their take too. My take on it is this: pick up the phone, if you want, take a look at who you want to go visit let's just say over the next 2 months. Yeah, I don't know. You pick a number, call them and make sure that you're not showing up at the same time that the district governor is because you don't want to step on district governor's toes unless the district governor asks you to go with her. But pick the phone call and then if you don't want to be the program, and I'd be quite honest with you,
I don't.
I never, even as a governor, I didn't particularly like being the program. You're going there to learn, and you're going there just to be, as another line would mean, but you're there to learn the people of that club, who the people are. You're there just to observe. So, and let them know you're just coming you're coming as a guest. Then as long as you're not going to that club and visiting that club at the same time as your district governor, you can put in for mileage reimbursement through Lions Clubs International to help pay for that, at least pay for your gas to go there and back.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to, and that, you want to make sure you're not there at the same time as your governor, because if you are at the same time as your governor,
mileage.
then you got to eat your own mileage in. They won't pay for that. So,
Well,
but
maybe I'll
Can I
see about
comment?
her schedule if she'll share that with me, and then I can work around it.
yeah,
We did that.
Yeah, that would work. And then I'll know where
I-
she's not going to be, and I can go cover another part of the district.
certainly.
I'll
Yes,
share
Mike.
what we did on ours because the first vice district governor and I um, put together a list of clubs at the beginning of the year, and we each picked about 20 clubs that we hadn't visited in the last couple of years. As zone chairs, we get out and visit a lot of clubs, right? So we went through and we picked out 20 clubs. What we do is the three of us have a shared Google Calendar. When we are going on club
Good
visit,
idea.
we put that on that calendar so we know where everybody's going.
Great
The
idea.
other thing is,
Great, great.
I'm a little bit different in the fact as president of our ERC club, I visit a lot of clubs giving presentations on the Eyeglass Recycling Center. Okay. But I also, when I go in and I contact a club about a visit, I also tell them as second vice district governor, I would like to give them a 5-minute update on what's going on in the district and ask if they have any needs that they would like me to take back to the cabinet. So, if you're not being the program, you might want to offer that up to the club if they're not real active in your district.
To be the
Just give them a
liaison.
5-minute update on here's what's going on in the district. We've got our, district cabinet meeting, or we've got our district convention coming up. We'd love to see you all there, et cetera, et cetera. I also will send my district governor before I go a quick email and say, hey, is there anything that you would like me to say on behalf of the district while I'm there?
Mhm. Good idea. Thank you.
Okay. One of the things that I will mention to you, I know that I talked about this with a couple of folks when we were in Kerrville. I don't know, and I don't remember. Who was it? Uh, oh my goodness! See how well my mind thinks. I mean,
Welcome to the
as I said
club.
in a text or an email to one of you yesterday, was it see what you get to look forward to when you get to be my age?
Oh, yeah.
Stuff.
Mhm.
So, but to the point that I'm trying to make is that
I still got a ways.
I'll be quiet,
you
Ryan.
know what? You're so young. Just sit in the back of the bus, will you? Just sit in the
Yeah. No, he ought to be waiting on all of
You
us.
know what? You should be. And somebody got a child chair for him.
There you go.
We'll bring a playpen to the next disco room.
Heck of a
There you
great
go.
idea.
Give him a set of junior golf clubs.
He's a big
Speaking of
boy. You
which,
got to
real
get a big
quick,
chair for him.
if anybody has any brilliant ideas of a theme for our hospitality room at the state convention, shout out to
You
us.
mentioned the 50s.
Anyway, Chris, sorry, I didn't want to get off on
That's
that.
all right. It's fine. I digressed real far on that because I was having some fun with Ryan, and I got to be careful because I don't want to hurt his feelings. I'm just playing with you, Ryan. Uh, the One of the things that we need to make sure that we're doing with our clubs when we go to visit, and I sincerely mean this, is I'm going to kind of be preachy here, and I don't mean to be, but I'm going to be, is that when you go to a cabinet meeting and you see the district governor or the first and second vice district governor get up, or any one of the G's get up and talk, the first thing you hear out of their mouth is this: we need your help. The district, we need your help to be able to meet this. We need your help to be able to do that. We are not looking at those clubs and saying, oh, no, it's not what we need. What do you need from us? What can we do to help you? That's what we need to that's where we need to turn this around. Let our clubs know that we are there to help them. And if there's something that they need, then we work with them to provide what they need. Obviously, if the answer comes back that I need you to give me 5 new members, well, that's not a practical need.
No.
But the practical need is, okay, you need new members. What can we do to help you in doing that? So, think a little bit. Think a little bit outside the box. Take a little bit of reach out to Gary and ask Gary what they were able to do in at the Italy Lions Club, and how the district came together to help reform that club, because they had a person that really wanted to grow that club and bring that club back. The district helped. They just didn't say, we need you to do this. We're here to help. So I guess from my point of view, it is, we need to make sure they know that we're here to help them, because that's really the whole reason for a district. It is to support. That's why we're there. We're there to support the clubs, not the clubs to support the district. Does that make sense to you? What I'm trying
Yes,
to
absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Right. Well, again, I'll get off the soapbox and I'm done being preachy.
Hey, Chris, if you don't mind,
Sure.
speaking of the deal with Italy, that was a big parade that we did that they do every year. Italy's a small town, guys. It has maybe, I don't know, 5,000, 8,000 people, maybe. Hey, Stan. So I see you, but it has maybe 5 to 8,000 people. I don't know. Okay. So, um, that being said, that's a very, very small club. We went there and did that parade. The parade was packed. I mean, it's the biggest deal, one of the biggest deals that city does. And so me and John Eads carried the banner as we're walking through in front of our float, and so many people, look, the lions, and so all that. So I say that because at the very end, when we're taking our picture around the Christmas tree, there were two people that stood there watching us get their picture. We invited them in to get the picture. Those people are lions now. So they were that intrigued, and so when I catch that and I see somebody really interested in paying attention to what we're doing, I go and snag them. I'm like, hey, have you thought about joining? What's intriguing you about the Lions? I just love what you guys do. Well, come and join us, man. Be a part of it. You know? And I mean, it's just like taking candy from a baby. It's not hard to do. So that's just my thought.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate you sharing that. Does anybody else have any questions or anything that I can do for you? I mean, I know I say that all the time, but I sincerely mean it. If there's any help that you need, I'm here to do that. If there's something that I can get for you, I'll certainly do that for you as well. So just let me know. You guys looking forward to the remainder of this Lions year and looking forward to your district's convention?
Yes, sir.
Donna's actually going to come to Clifton to join us at ours, and I'm thrilled. So, and
Awesome.
if anybody else wants to come, feel free. Just come on. We'd love to have you.
When is it, Kim?
March 28, 29, and Clifton is about 45 miles northwest of Waco. So that's Renee's Lamson, my DG. That is her home district. When she married John, she moved down to Hallettsville, but she still travels up to Clifton. And so her home club is going to host the convention for her. And Donna's going to come join us, which is fun. And so I'll drive up there from Waco and just meet her there. But anybody's welcome.
Is that March or April?
March, babe, and March 28 and 29. It's a Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, if you can take the time to visit another district's cabinet meeting or convention, please make sure that you give it every opportunity that you can, because it's fun. Look, you guys are an extremely close group. Close. I mean, I always felt that the 2019-2020 Council of Governors were close, but you guys are just as close, and I'm proud of you, and I'm happy for you that you're that close. So and use and lean on each other. That's what we were able to do during that 2019-2020 year. Even though it was a COVID year, we had we were able to accomplish quite a bit during that time. So, and I see much more coming out of you than I did of us. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Okay, y'all, I'm going to ask for good vibes to be sent my way, because tomorrow yours truly is speaking in front of a group of 130 women, business women, about Lionism. So at noon. So I want to feel like the warmth or something when y'all send it. Next Thursday, I'm in charge of decor for a chamber banquet up here. And then Saturday next week is our big dinner in the dark event. We've got 120 coming. So if I can move through the end of next week, I'll see y'all at the convention. All hitting and I'm just my nose is still stopped up, and I'm just so I'm just trying to plot on through it, and then I'll see y'all on the other side. How about that?
You will do just fine. There's no doubt. And you have a collective good vibe coming at you.
Thank you. Send it at noon. I'm just saying. So it'll be fun, but I just don't want to botch it.
You won't.
Oh, you won't.
You'll do great.
Yeah.
Now, before we, is there anything else that anybody would like to bring forward this evening?
Yeah, Chris, it's Cody.
Yes.
I would like to thank Olivia for doing all the notes.
Otelia, absolutely.
Otelia has done it. She does a good job with that. And yes, thank you. I don't know if Otelia is on or not. I didn't know if I saw her here.
She did. She came on later.
There she is. There, Otelia is here. So yes, Otelia, thank you very much for doing that. I did send out one last correction this evening to Otelia, and that was, you guys will not be electing a council chair at the state convention. You already have one, whether you want me or not. So,
I was gonna say, maybe
Yeah,
I don't know.
right,
but everything else you will elect. So,
Okay, Donna,
Mhm.
just
yeah,
for you, I found the
Uh-huh.
chip. You'll know what I mean by that.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I did find it.
So-
When I got home and unpacked my bag, there it was. So there was one.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Private joke.
Okay,
Mhm.
Blind
Mhm.
Terry, do you want to call for a hospitality committee meeting one of these days and we can go over the next theme, or you want to do it right now?
Cody, Terry is not on the call. She's at
nope.
a Zoom
Oh,
meeting tonight.
Yep.
Cody, that's going to be up to the four of us. That's
That's
going to
okay,
be
up
up
to
to
y'all.
you and me and Gary and
okay,
Brian. So
right.
we'll get something together on that.
Okay, let me know. Just text me or email me.
One other quick request, Alexa, could you send me the latest and greatest spreadsheet so that I upload the latest and greatest? Are you able to send it, or is it still the same as what you sent out?
It's still the same as the last one I sent out. I won't be home until Saturday.
Okay. Well, I'll put the two that I bought on there. Okay. And
Okay.
I will
And
upload that later tonight.
Okay.
and
Thank you.
line Mike, I'll give you a call.
No
Cause I gotta
worries.
buy one. And my phone tried to read that spreadsheet and I got confused.
Well, that's why I think this grid will be easier
Oh, I
to see.
see. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Cause it read everybody's name and then I look and I said, wait a minute, what spot did I get to confuse? So I couldn't.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And Kevin, just to answer your private message to me on the chat, that would be a no.
A big no or a little no?
Oh, that's a huge no. So
Oh,
huge no.
I
That's a
don't think.
hard. That's a hard no. Let's put
Yeah,
it
no,
that way.
no, no. You can't tease like that. We got to know what this
I
is.
That's
can't.
a not only no, but hell no, no.
That's a hell no, no, and I can't put that out on something that we're recording. So
Oh,
I'll share with you
Uh-oh.
all separately at a later date.
We
I
are
do
in
have a
agree.
question about Orlando. If for those of us that are going to go, now I think I know the answer, but I'm gonna put that out for Chris to answer. Are we gonna have a hospitality suite?
No,
Oh, come on.
no.
That's another reason why we think we need to have our own, all of us at the same hotel so we can have our own hospitality suite and really do it up.
If you guys want to do that, you guys go ahead. But
Now we
there's
might
no
get thrown out of the
requirement on me.
hotel. I don't know,
No, but you
so
know what we got to do?
Informally.
I just had an idea. I think that the divine Miss M has to attend with her board.
Here, here.
oh, wow.
I think that's a good idea.
Ooh, that is a great idea.
And a fresh one.
oh yeah,
And several, I
yeah.
would say.
yeah,
An Orlando
yeah,
board.
yeah, an Orlando
right.
board, and it's $40 a square.
There you go.
Oh,
Double it.
There you go. All right, gang. I'm gonna I want to thank you all for being here.
You're
It's
welcome.
great to see, even though, like I say, we just saw each other about a minute ago. But it's great to see everybody. I'm glad you all got home safely, and we look forward to spending some time with you again as we go through these calls over the next couple of months until we get to state convention. And I'm looking real forward to seeing everyone there. And just think, you're on the downhill side of your second vice district governor year, looking at coming up on your first vice district governor year. And when I told you it goes fast, I know you thought, no, it doesn't, but it really does. It really does. All right, everybody. Anybody else got anything for the good of the group?
Y'all just
If
go have
not,
a good night.
Good luck,
Good
Kim.
night.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Love you all. That's all I got.
Yes.
you guys